Hey folks, this is Vince with Dan's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Dust in the Wings. I am currently playing this on my iPhone. There is an actual tabletop version of the game. I don't know how much it is. I would imagine anywhere between 20 and 30 bucks, assuming it's not out of print, in which case it might be slightly more. And I often do this. I'll find games on the iPhone or the PC first because they're generally cheaper. And if I really like the game, then I'll buy the board game. And I do want to buy this at some point because I'm really liking it. It's a nice casual take on the Five Tribes board game. But that being said, I'm in the middle of a construction project. I'm trying to sell some games, so right now it's just not feasible. But let's go ahead and explain what this is all about. There is a setup right here, and you can adjust how many human players are in the game. Unfortunately, there's no way to turn off the AI. There's always an AI bot no matter how many human players you pick, as far as I can tell. I don't like that. There's also no way to adjust the difficulty. I don't like that. But for being a couple of bucks on the iStore, whatever, App Store, it's okay. There's also a play sounds toggle here. So we'll just hit Start Game. The rules are explained in that little rules section, but not very well. I would recommend Googling Dust in the Wings rules PDF and read the actual rulebook from the board game. It explains everything a bit better, but I'll do my best to explain what's going on. So on your turn, you're going to pick a space, pick up all the butterflies on that space, and then one by one, you're going to leave behind one butterfly in an adjacent spot, an adjacent being orthogonal, up, down, left, right. And your ultimate goal, whatever spot you land on, you either have to match the patterns along the top or the patterns along the right. Now, the patterns along the top are, like, there's pictures of butterflies here. And the very first card in the upper left has a yellow and a red one on it. So if the space that I land on creates a yellow butterfly, red butterfly pattern, then I score however many points that is. And the points on these cards will change based on how many gems are put onto them from round to round. Every round a new gem is added. The black gems are worth 1 and the light colored gems are worth 2. So if you look on the very top of the screen right now, it's kind of hard to see, I get that, but on the upper left, it says 2 points because there's a light colored gem on it. The middle card has a 1 light colored gem on it, so that's 2 points. And I need a blue-blue-red combination for that one. And the last card has a black gem on it, and that's a red-blue butterfly combination. So along the right-hand side is another kind of card you can shoot for. These are different goals. You're trying to create patterns. So the very top card is worth 4 points, and that is saying if the spot that you land on, if you manage to create a pattern along like a 5 straight row or column, and the number of butterflies in that pattern is less than or equal to 4, then you can pick up that card and score 4 points. Obviously, it's kind of difficult to do. Likewise, the one right below it says, if the spot that you land on, if it's a row, if in that row or column, you manage to get butterflies equal to or greater than 21, then you get to pick up that card and score 4 points. And then the last one is a bit easier. In the span of 2 spaces, if you manage to get a combination of butterflies adding up to greater than 9, then that will also score you 1 point. So let's take a look here and see what if I can possibly do the ones that are worth the most points. The column ones are very difficult to do. I would need to add up. For example, the 4th column has 3 blue butterflies in it from the top, and then that's 3, 5, 7, 10, 13. That's nowhere near 21. That's not going to happen. And I don't think I can find one that's less than... Yeah, it's not going to happen either. I'm looking for one that would be... If I can find a column or a row that would be less than or equal to 4, not going to happen. So I'll just shoot for one of the 2 butterfly cards in the upper left there. So I need a red-yellow combination or a blue-blue-red combination. So as an example, let's see. Again, I have to pick stuff. Okay, so here's what I'll do. No, that's actually bad. Okay, yeah, let's do this. So I'm going to select, I tapped on the butterfly on the leftmost column, the space on the leftmost column, second from the bottom. So it's the yellow-red butterfly space, and all the spaces around them are now lit up, telling me, okay, which direction do you want to go in? So I'm going to tap on the one directly above it, the red-blue, And now I get to choose what butterfly I want to put there. Well, I need to put the red there so I can put the yellow on the next spot. So I'm going to tap the red one. And now from there, I can put the last butterfly, which is yellow. So I'm going to go straight up again, choose the yellow one. And now I've got the ability to score the upper leftmost card. It's sparkling right now. So if I tap on it and then hit the green butterfly in the upper right, now I've scored it and I've scored some points. That's the gist of the game. Now the computer will go and score something. And now I'm going to reevaluate, what cards will score me points. Now, if a gem is added to a card on the top at the end of a turn and it exceeds its gem limit, it will go away and the gems will be returned to the supply. So I don't have to score those 4 points on the upper middle if I don't want to. I could go for something else, maybe to deny my opponent, because I know that's going away anyway. Again, I don't think I can find a row or a column that will give me a butterfly count of less than or equal to 4 at this point. Actually, that's not true. Let's see, this one would be 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what I could do, I tap the middle left. So if I bring that over by 1, right, I'll just add a red butterfly there. You know what? That may not be, yeah, it doesn't matter at this point. All right, so then we'll just do that. And then if I bring this back over to the left, now in the leftmost column across those 5 spaces, you've got a total of 4 butterflies, which is what we need for that card sparkling in the dead center of the screen there. So I'm going to tap that, and you can only claim 1 per turn. So if you meet the requirements of multiple cards, you can only select one of them. So I'm going to go ahead and select that one and hit the green butterfly, and I just scored that. All right, new ones come out. Let's see what he's going to do. Probably those blue ones. Yeah, I figured. All right. And again, as another example, let's see here. 5 points for that one in the upper. That's very tempting. It's 3 yellow butterflies. So is there a space with just 2 yellow butterflies on it? If there's not, then we can't do it. I am not seeing a space with, and you cannot like go backward along the same path. So I'm trying to find a space that has 2 yellow butterflies, and I'm not seeing it, so it's impossible to do. Let's move on to another high-scoring one if we can. Greater than 21, you need a lot of butterflies in that row for that to happen. 3 points for one that's less than 3. What we could do is, very simply, I can take this yellow one on the bottom left, just move it up by 1, and now, in a span of 4 spaces, I have a total of 3 or less. So I can grab that goal card on the right. They're called composition cards. And then we'll hit green there, and off we go. He's going to grab that one, of course he is. And so what we know in the upper left-hand corner, that blue, yellow is going away because it's at its max count. So we don't have to do it if we don't want to. I am concerned that if I leave the card on the right go, another gem will be added to it, and that'll set him up for something else later. So I'm going to try and complete the red, yellow, blue there. Red, yellow, okay, so that one's, well, yeah. So what I'll do is I'm going to take the upper right one up there, and I'm going to bring down a blue, and then the last one is going to be red. And now I've got that red, yellow, blue combination. And if I tap that card and hit OK, I've scored that. I'm noticing that in a 2-player game, scoring a lot of points on your turn is just as important as denying your opponent points for his next turn. And by that I mean, let's say you've got a choice between scoring a 3-point card and a 4-point card. The 4-point card is going away, and the computer will not have access to it on the next turn, but he will have access to the 3-point card. So if you complete the 4-point card, then you're setting up your opponent for that 3-point card that may even get more gems added to it. Well, will get more gems added to it for his next turn. So you're actually setting him up. So you're trying to not only score a lot of points in this game, but you're trying to deny your opponent the ability to score points. And it's a big mind teaser, this one. So this is definitely a tabletop game that I would recommend. The digital version isn't bad for a couple of bucks. Again, my biggest complaint with this is the lack of options in terms of setting the game up how I like it. I wish the interface were a bit bigger. I wish I could zoom in on stuff. But other than that, like, the game is nice. I wish I could turn the AI off or make it easier. Again, I'll just end the game here. It plays out the same. But if I go to setup here, I wish I could. Yeah, you can add human players all you want, but there's no way to turn off an AI here, and there's no way to make it easier. That's what stinks. So, and the rules here, this is not enough to teach a new player the game. Like I said, I would highly recommend that you check out the PDF rulebook, and you can find that online just by Googling Dust in the Wings rules PDF. Because, yeah, the rules, it's a nice overview, sure, but when it comes to those composition cards, you're like, well, what does this symbol mean equals this symbol? And I get greater than or equal to, sure, but what do I need? How do I... So I actually had to look that up. But other than that, this is kind of a cool game, and I do want the physical version at some point whenever I'm able to buy it. Well, if you guys haven't already, subscribed to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.